Hello there and welcome back to Carl and Debbie Trains. Today I've got a review of an Accurascale Manor Class to have a look at, and it's the Dracup Manor, but as a comparison we can compare it with a Bachmann modified hall. We've got a Hornby Castle and a Hornby Grange to compare as well, so hope you enjoy. Okay, so here's the Manor Class. We can get a look at the detail of it. So we can see we've got quite a lot of riveting down the plate at the bottom. There's handrails, we've got the buffers, these lamp brackets up here, you can just make out if I do that. Very well, nice detailed. The chimney's really well done. There's a little thing here, I've got no idea what it is, but it's detailed. We've got the handrails, of course, pull back. We've got painted drain cocks down here. Got all the running gear, got the splashers. We've got an edged nameplate that comes in the package. You just have to stick it on. Here we've just used PVA glue. So moving along, we've got the crew. Crew's been fitted separately, but that works really well. There you are. Excellent ladder going up, and then going on to the tender. There's lots of exquisite detail all around the cab side in here. It's kind of tucked away, so you've got no chance of breaking it. The only thing you've got to watch out for is these prongs that stick up. And there's one right at the back as well. I think that's a lamp iron. You've just got to be careful of those. But you can make out the riveting down here. Nice emblem. Okay, taking a quick look at the back of the tender. You can see you've got your brake pipes, you've got your lamp irons, you've got your handrails. They're all very well detailed there. And up above here, you've got the moulding that shows you where the water is going to go. Okay, without removing the tender and with a little bit of extra light, I can actually show you the detailing inside that cab. That's quite remarkable. And of course there's a firebox glow when she's moving around, which works really well. Okay, I want to quickly show you what the Hornby Castle Class was like, and this is a 2010 model. As you can see, it's been weathered, so that kind of changes its look and appearance a little bit. It's still extremely well detailed, not quite as much as the Accurascale. Obviously there's going to be class variations as well, but generally speaking, I think this weathering adds a lot more to it, even more than the actual extreme detailing. Okay, this is another Hornby. This is the Grange. It's from 2005, but it's been weathered fairly recently. Again, it ticks all the boxes you could need, and it looks pretty nice. And again, I think the weathering's just adding to it, so it's got all the details you need. It looks like a Grange, but it's that weathering that just gives it that extra realism, possibly a little bit more than the extra detail. And don't get me wrong, the Accurascale detail is incredible, and I would have that all the time. But if this is all you can get hold of, then still go for it. Get it weathered and it will look amazing. For the Manor Class, and that's 7800 class, most of them were built between 1938 and 1939, and then there's another small batch done in 1950 by BR. There was 30 of them produced originally, only 9 of them have been preserved. They're actually got 5 foot 8 inches driving wheels, and they're only 2-cylinder. They were a lighter version than the Grange, giving them a wider route availability. The axle load was just over 17 tons, so it can be used on a lot more lines. However, the performance was mediocre at best. We had trials in 1951 between one of the Manors and one of the standard 4s, Robert Riddle's, and they discovered that the front end of the loco was restricting the streamflow. So the blast pipe was reduced by 1/4, and then a new fire bar was designed, and these changes doubled the steaming rate of the Manor, and they started to perform better. let's take a quick look at how the Manor Class performs on the layout. So I've already run her in both directions, so that's all taken care of, and she operates just as you expect it to. I would say she's not the best crawler I've ever had. She needs a lot of power before she starts moving. But she manages it. I'm on a Hornby controller, so they're not the best. You'll probably have different experiences with some of the more modern controllers. She also struggles a little bit over some of my points. So here I've got two standard points, they're not express points. So let's watch her go over that. Oh, in fact she's derailed. Let's try again. Yeah, she's derailed again. The front pony has just come off. And then I think she's got stuck on something. Can't tell what. Okay, she got through, but wasn't elegant. Let's try again. So even in reverse, she is struggling to go through these points. Yeah, again, the front bogey's just come off. Maybe the bogey's a little bit light and she's having a bit of trouble. I'm sure I lost the tender at one point there as well. And as you've just seen, she's actually better when she's got a load on her. Don't know why, but it works. And just for a reference, I've got a couple of express points here. But she's derailed, even on the express points. Okay, so now I've got her with some extra carriages to see if this helps. Oh, she's derailed again there. And this time the express points too. Not a problem this time around. Okay, just to check the points, I've got a Hornby Grange class here. Same wheel configuration. So let's see if she has the same problems. So that's a normal point she can do. And the express points. So there we go, an older Hornby model has managed the same set of points first time without derailing. I think this pony on the Accurascale is maybe just a little bit light, and that's partly the issue. There's not enough springs to keep it on the track. Okay, so I'm not going to do an unboxing, but I do want to show you what you do get in the box. And with it being a Accurascale, you get the full history of the Locomotive class. In-depth information there, it's really nice. One of these days I'll find time to read it. And then we also got the manual for your loco. So you've got the exploded diagram as always, and there's information about fitting all the extra parts. And you've got the tender, exploded diagram, and again fitting all the extra parts for that. Then there's a maintenance and fitting crews. Alright, having a deeper look at the details you get within the pack. So obviously, extra coupling. The loco doesn't come on one on the front, so you've got the option to fit that with some extra details through here. The loco is designed to go around second radius curves at least. If you want to make it look more elegant, but you don't need second radius clearance, you can change the valve settings, or covers, sorry, I should say. So it's the end caps and these little bits you can put around the cylinders to make it look even better. There's also additional details that you can put on your tender. So this is like a drawbar that goes through, and this comes down and hooks into it. Extra nameplates. And then we've got two other couplings you can fit if you don't want to use the tension lock couplings. Okay, so my verdict on this Accurascale Great Western Manor Class. Which is a beautiful locomotive. The detail is beautiful. The colours, the labels, everything on her is just immaculate. But I did have that trouble running over the points on my layout, at least. So for the other locos that I've got, the other Great Westerns from Hornby and Bachmann, they're a little bit better running for me. And they're older models, but they ran better on the layout. I think I would prefer the runningness as a priority over the prettiness. But again, it depends on your layout, depends on the points you have. The other disadvantage with the older models is some of them are making a bit more noise with the motors than they used to, and that's the advantage Accurascale has on this, and that's a brand new motor, brand new model. She doesn't make a sound. And she runs well. It's just, again, my point. So overall verdict, I think if you're going to run her, she'll be fine. If you're going to run her as a light engine, you may have some issues. Chances are she's just going to need an adjustment or a spring or even a washer putting on that bogie. Got it right that time. So again, they've really done a beautiful model here, and if you get one and she runs well for you, just ping it in the comments below. I want to know, is it just my layout in this case? But there you are. Thanks again. Stand by for more videos at some point in the future. Take care everybody, and see you again.